What's up guys, MrVerry here, and welcome to my Advanced Wars Let's Play. I used to play this game all the time and I'm a big fan of it, so I figured I would share it with you guys. Alright. I bet you guys could never guess what my name's gonna be. Real shocker here. It's nice to meet you, Mr. No, this is not my first time playing. No, I don't want to work my way through field training. I would like to just... Oh, god damn it, I guess I have to. So, basically Orange Star and Blue Moon are rivals, and I'll be... Basically, she's just gonna hold my hand through this one. And she's just trying to tell you what enemies are what, and I already know this, so I'm gonna move this infantry. Oh boy, this is the boring part, guys. Pretty much they make you do a tutorial. And we hit the end button, and it's Olaf's turn. So, as you can see, this is a strategy-based game, and with a variety of units. Right now there's only infantry units, but later on you'll be seeing a much wider variety. And then, so I choose to engage. We both have defense 1 because we're both on the plains. I end up taking out 5 hit points, which is, I believe, 2 men. And then I'm gonna bring up my other infantry unit on him and finish him off. And they don't even get a chance to fire back, so that went well. And no, we're not gonna save, we're gonna end here. So he's gonna move his guy out onto the plains, which is actually a bad move. Obviously I want to use the unit that isn't damaged so I can deal more damage to this unit. And then move this unit. And this should be the end for him. And victory. And I got an A rank. I should have gotten a S. That's unfortunate, but hey. And we'll go ahead and do terrain intel. So the enemies deployed mechs, and they have more firepower than standard infantry. They have a bazooka, which they can use against tanks, and they also, I believe, deal more damage with their rifles than the infantry does. Alright. So it's really advantageous. Basically, it's a tactical advantage to move on to the mountain. Because I have 4 defense, so I'm going to take much less damage, whereas he's out in the grass and has 1, so yeah. You can see the difference as she's pointing out. The one in the grass went to 8, whereas the one in the mountain went to 9. And these guys won't even get touched because they're finishing them off. And I am going to put him right in harm's way as far as the mech goes, but it should be worth it. So now the enemy has 2 mechs left, and I will end my turn. Yeah, you can see mechs deal quite a bit more damage. And he's going to try to fire from below, which is actually going to end up working kind of poorly since he's on the grass. But since mechs have higher firepower, it was still advantageous for him. Oh. Alright. She's going to leave me alone for now. Thank God. So, that went well, and this should go just as well. Down to 1, and he didn't deal any damage. And I'm gonna put him on the mountain to give him extra protection. And I'm gonna actually join those units and end my turn. And Olaf decided to do nothing. Alright, she's trying to teach me how to save. Not necessary, as I should be able to, just about clear him out. And what I did is joined units there, and what that does is it combines the amount of fuel and ammunition they have as well as their health. And that can be quite advantageous depending on when you're doing it. And Olaf, once again, just holds off, and I'm just going to finish him off with the infantry right next to the mech. It gets a lot more fun than this. This is so basic. I really hate that they're making me do this. I was almost tempted to play the second one first. Alright, so sorry about that. Someone was trying to call. So I got an A rank again. Not bad. Capture. And this is just going to explain how infantry can capture bases. Okay, so he's got a bunch of tanks. And I've got some mechs. Alright, this should be interesting. Capture, and since he's got 10 health, he takes up 10 capture points, and each of them has 20 cap points. So, I'll be moving my mech up a little bit. And, of course, moving him into position to capture, him into position to capture. And I then will move this mech forward. cities give you funds every turn. So, well, all properties do. And eventually, we'll go on to be getting bases, among other things. Capture the hostile. Of course. Also, when you're on your own, one of your own properties, you get supply from it, as you can see. And I'm about to take all these properties over. Which will allow me to heal my units, among other things. Mech and one infantry to the south, and keep the rest as guarding my HQ, so I can go capture their HQ. First, I'm going to have my mech fire on their infantry. It has superior defense and attack, so... Next, I will have this mech move on to the mountains and send this infantry to polish off this infantry. And of course I'll have this infantry. While I may be in weaker defense, I can also be healed from my own city, so really not a big deal to take some damage there. And I will end my turn there. Okay, he decides not to attack. My guys heal up to full. I send the mech against the mech, who is now on the plains. I want to see how my infantry do against the mech. Oh, just about take him out. Might as well. And he does successfully win. And I'm going to fire on this infantry. Only 1 HP left. And I'm also going to send this mech have this infantry take out a good chunk of this max health, and then send my other infantry to finish him up mostly. And once again, they're about done. So I end my turn here. And you can see they're starting to retreat. Oh, and he targeted my mech. Luckily, some of the shots get off. That was probably a bad spot to put my mech, in all honesty. But, yeah, I don't really care if I lose a mech. I'm just gonna take out a good chunk of their tank. Why not? And have my infantry finish off his mech. And then move the majority of my infantry towards the HQ. guard my HQ. And you can see my other mech has a bullet logo, and that's because he's already used 2 out of 3 of his shots. Now he's pretty hurt, so I'm gonna pull him out and let him sit there for now, and run the majority of my infantry forward. Also going to put this mech over here, and keep this infantry as a guard. So, moving these forces forward. Basically let that mech go back and heal and send this one forward to finish off the tank. Which he should be able to do with ease. And indeed he can. Very nice. So, continuing to move my infantry up. Setting my mech back here to get ammunition as well as heal, and ending my turn there. And I knew that that was going to happen, but once again, I have the better defense, so not really too big of a deal. I'm gonna get this infantry, my mech across the river away from the tank, this infantry toward the HQ, and this on the mountain, and we will end the turn here. And this is where I start to capture their HQ and win. Don't really have to do anything else. And this is the end. Got to capture the enemy HQ, which is another way of winning. You don't have to necessarily take out all units, you just have to at least capture the HQ. It's nice that there's 2 different ways of winning. You can have a tactical victory or a victory by force. And I get which is fine by me. And we'll go on and do the unit repair. So basically, I'm gonna do all this field training all in one video, just get it out of the way. And this is probably the most boring part of the game, in my opinion. So, I start off with 2 damaged tanks, and they need to be healed, so I need to move them back. And I need to withdraw this tank behind the woods. So, I move the mech in front of the tank to protect it. And then I will move my infantry units up so they can begin to capture those cities as well as take on the enemy infantry units. And since I've already moved everything, I will end my turn. Now, he's got 0 defense, and I have 2, but since tanks are very good against infantry, infantry, he still did significant damage. So, I'll be joining these tanks together, and by next turn, they will, I'm gonna move this back, move this one forward, and fire on the tank to deal as much damage as I can. Which seemed to be a pretty successful strategy, actually. I'm going to set this infantry on the city so that if he's attacked, well, so that he can't capture that city, really. And this infantry I will be moving down, and I have my turn there. So he's going to go ahead and try and capture those cities since he has the advantage. I'm going to have this mech open fire on the tank and finish it off. There's one tank problem dealt with. And I will move my tank right here to... I'm not sure what I'm... I could move him on the bridge, but then he'll be vulnerable to the mechs, so I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is move this mech back so that he can get ready to get healed up. And then I'm going to fire on the infantry with my infantry, as it looks like he's trying to sneak over my HQ with that infantry. And finish him off with this one. That is not a good move because I will be right in the middle of all those enemy units. So I'm gonna send this guy down the river and move this tank up a little further and end it there. And of course he's going to go after the mechs, who will fire a shot back, only dealing one unfortunately, but leaving his tank vulnerable to assault. So I will allow that mech to heal. This mech will retreat, leaving room for my tank to move up against its tank. And infantry are absolutely terrible against tanks, so it's not really advisable to use them against tanks, unless the tank is at 1 or 2 and you have a character that has a strong infantry. And I'm gonna end it here. We'll see how he responds to his tank being okay. He's gonna go try and pick up infantry. The infantry don't really deal much damage, and I'm sure... Oh wow, okay. That was a bit of a weird move, but alright. And I'm gonna fire on these infantry. Yeah, why not? Take out the majority of their health. And send this mech forward to merge with this one. Now, I can deal 4% damage to the tank. However, I'll be completely unguarded in doing so. So I'm gonna go on the grass and see if I can take out one of those. And success! wait, so to speak, and then I move my healthy infantry in. And they take him down to 1. And I will move my other infantry in. And now he's in the water, so he has no defense, but he does take out the tank. So all enemy tanks have been killed, and they're down to 1 infantry unit and 2 mechs. Alright, so I'll send my infantry across to crush the infantry he just moved. And then my mech to fight his mech, although his is at a little higher health, I have a defense advantage, so that should come in my favor. Move my infantry up. Well, some infantry up, and then some towards the HQ. And set my tank over here. Or actually, I'll set him right here. He will be vulnerable to damage, but at least I can clean this mech up. And I'll end my turn. And he decides to do absolutely nothing. So I'll move my tank in first. It does take some damage, but nothing too substantial. And then I move my 7 mech with lower defense versus the mech with 3 defense, and this should be it. 5 guys just roll up on the 1. What's up, buddy? And another victory. Of course, another A rank. Sure, we'll save. I'm guessing this is going to teach me how I can use APCs. So first I'm going to go ahead and give this guy some ammo. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, that wasn't good. And that's a very helpful thing APCs can do. They can transport units as well as give units fuel and ammunition. Fire with my artillery. The first long-range UC, which artillery is nice. Indirect fire and rockets. Both are the main indirect fire. So I'll move this back up as she's telling me to. Infantry right at the home base. Oh, I thought you were done helping me. No, of course. You're gonna tell me to put it in the APC and then drop it off in the city, right? Of course. defense, and I'm on a city, so I will recover 2 HP, fuel, the whole 9 yards. Now this is his firing radius, so I actually want to move him right next to the tank. I'm gonna move this other infantry down as well, and start moving these guys out. I know I said I was gonna keep him by the HQ, but I changed my mind. So he's trying to capture that city. He fires back with his weakened tank, which I should be able to take out. No, that's unfortunate. So, first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and fire on the tank with the most health. Deals 70%, so he's down to 3. And then send the mech to finish off the dirty work. I will proceed by moving my tank forward to finish off the other tank. I'm gonna have the APC go ahead and pick up this mech. And I'm gonna begin to capture this city. And draw fire to one on the road by fighting those trying to capture the city. And send reinforcements that way. So, what do you guys think of this game? I don't know if you've heard of it before, I don't know what you think of it, but it's one of my favorite games. I've always loved this game. Since I played it on the Game Boy Advance, and I suggest it. It's one of the more fun strategic games in my opinion. So I'm gonna have the tank go ahead and assault the infantry trying to capture my city. Move the mech up to finish the job off. You ain't capturing nothing, buddy. Like, we've done a pretty good job at depleting their supply so far. So, I'm going to continue to have my infantry fire on this infantry so they have a harder time capturing. And, like I said, sending reinforcements now. End my turn there. Ooh, he's one away from capturing it, but one isn't enough. So, I'll use the 6 to finish him off. Now, unfortunately, he has an artillery that can fire right on that city, so it's not really advisable that I put infantry there. So I'm gonna have the infantry go ahead and confront this map. And then move him here. I'm gonna have my mech move directly towards the HQ. Unfortunately, that infantry is just out of my firing range. Tank, target this infantry. And the APC there, so my mech can get in. As well as begin to cross the river with this infantry. So I can move right up close to the artillery, which means it's not able to fire on me, but I'm still able to fire at it. Very handy against indirect firing. So, moving on the side of the mech, not allowing him to capture that. Going to put the weakened 6 back in the city so he may heal, and then the 7 against the mech to take him out. Ever so closely to the HQ. And there's a little bit of a roadblock here, so we're going to take care of that. Then I will be moving my APC to drop off the mech there. The mech is unfortunately in the artillery's firing range. I did not mean to do that, but we will see. Oh, I knew he was just about eviscerate him. So, I'm gonna have this mech go ahead and assault the artillery. This infantry bring some firepower to the target too. I'm going to move the tank forward without putting it directly in that artillery's field of vision. I'm going to put that artillery on a city, as well as capture this city, and we will end there. Let's see what he... Of course he targets at the artillery. So, I'm gonna fire back. And this should hopefully be it. Yep. Didn't even have time to capture his headquarters. And another A rank. Now, I know I said I wanted to do the whole field training, but that's gonna take quite a bit longer, so I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoy my content. See you next time.